Alright, so in this video, I'm going to show the difference in pose to pose animation and straight ahead. So I have this ball here as usual, and I'm gonna demonstrate the straight ahead and pose to pose on this wall. So the straight ahead is where as you can see, what I'm doing here is I'm animating, I'm doing the easing. I'm just going with the flow, just animating straight ahead, right? And then pose to pose is when you put your keyframes, and then when you have your keyframes, you go in between those frames, and then you put frames. So that would be pose to pose animation. So as you can see, I'm just adding my little ease in here. So this is the straight ahead method. This is how you would animate in straight ahead. So this is the straight ahead method. It depends on the animation. Sometimes I'll do straight ahead or I'll do pose to pose, but more time I'll do my keyframes first. I'll do the pose to pose, and then sometimes I'll do the pose to pose. I mean most of the time I normally animate pose to pose. So as you can see that I'm doing the two keyframes from the start to the end, and then I'm just gonna go back to the previous frame, and then I'm just gonna put those in-betweens into those frames right there. So that's basically what pose to pose is. You make your main keyframes, and then you just go in between those keyframes to add your arcs, easing, and all that to create your final animation. As I said, I mostly use pose to pose. There are pros and cons to it. I feel like if you really wanted to know more in depth in it, it'd be good to do some research or even watch the 12 principles of animation. You could really know as much as possible. I'm just gonna basically show you how it is done, how it's basically done, and you can do it in whatever animation app that you use. Stick Notes, Flipperclip, fucking what's it called, Adobe Animate, whatever it is. That's just it. So as you can see, it's the same thing. It's practically the same thing. Just you get the same result. It's just that it's different types of ways you can animate that. You also have another thing called layered animation. You can even also do the both of them at the same time, where you do straight ahead and then another part of the animation you do pose to pose and all that good stuff. So right now I'm just gonna as usual display this into a animation. I'm going to create the maybe a stick figure jumping, and I'm gonna put it into a pose to pose. I'm gonna be animating pose to pose. So I'm gonna make my keyframes, and then I'm going to just go in to the frames, into the keyframes, add my in between so it can look nice and smooth. I feel like I have more control of my arcs, and I have more control on how I want the animation to look. Sometimes, as I said, I use the straight ahead method because maybe if I want to do a quick animation, or if I'm not sure how I want the animation to look, I'll just go right ahead into the straight ahead and do whatever. But I feel like it is good to just know your main keyframes, where the punch is gonna land, where the person is gonna land, or the type of things that you're gonna do in the animation, so that when you are going to animate, you know what's going to happen next, right? With it straight ahead, you're just animating, and you can still have you can still know what you're gonna do next while doing the straight ahead. But it's just really preference, to be honest. It's just what you prefer. If you prefer straight ahead, just straight just animating, then sure. If you prefer just adding your keyframes, then going in betweens, putting your in betweens and doing all that good stuff, then fine. you know do what you gotta do what you want to do. To be honest, animation is not like there's not rules to animation. However you want to create it, create it. The only thing that's in animation is like principles or fundamentals or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? That would help you to create your animations, or maybe even make your animations look better. But other than that, like there's no rules to anything. Like if you feel like you're a person that want to do straight ahead, then do the straight ahead. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do the poster pose, then do the damn poster pose. You know what I'm saying? So it's just whatever you really choose. To be honest, I just see like I have the starting pose here, and then I'm just gonna make another pose with the character just going up, or like going up in the air, and then I'm gonna make a third frame where the stick figure lands down, and then after I finish those three keyframes is what I need to create the jump animation. I can just go in between those keyframes, and then I can just animate and do whatever the hell I want to do. Alright, so I'm just gonna do this here. So as you can see that I'm adding another frame here. So this would be like the resting pose in the animation. And as I said, when I finish all these keyframes, I'm just gonna go in between these keyframes and add extra frames in there to make it look, make it have a good motion, make it look nice and smooth. Alright, so now I'm just adding those in between frames, as I said. So as I said, this is just one way you could animate, for your animations. I normally animate like this, or I normally use both at the same time, where I do like straight ahead and then I'll do pose to pose animation. Right now, as I said, I'm just only displaying post pose, but you could create this animation however you wanna create it. To be honest, I'm just creating like the little anticipation before he jumps, and yeah, that's basically what I'm doing right now. So as you can see now, this is how it looks. So after I added my keyframes, added my in-betweens into those keyframes, and I basically get this animation. So this is why I like pose to pose. I watched my arc, realized how my arcs are, and I have like a nice smooth motion. But as I said, it's just really like preference. It's really just personal preference if you prefer to animate in pose to pose or straight ahead. But that's basically it with this video. You can do some practices as well. Maybe grab like a stick figure, practice put in your keyframes, and then practice putting in betweens into those keyframes. Or you can even do the straight ahead method, as I said, and see which one you like more, see which one fits you. So and that's it. I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see ya.